Okay, today is October 7, 2015. Let's take a look at the market. First of all, the S&P 500, it finally pushed through this 1993 level here that we've been watching. It was sort of testing this 1972 yesterday, and finally came to today after some chop today. We're going to see will it be able to continue, or is it going to be pulled back and maybe come back down and test this 1948 a little bit to see will it make another push into this 2040. It's essentially this pivot low here, the March 11 close. So we're going to be watching that. The level that the near-term support is somewhere around this 1948. Then the push through will be this 2040. Okay, and then we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq 100. The Nasdaq 100 is also still trying to push through this 4350. Although we got close today, finished up with a doji. We got this trend line coming down, so that's also a little bit of a confluence to this level here. So we're going to see will it be able to push through this level and possibly get up to this 4562. Okay, if it can't get up to that level, then we'll probably look at for the thing to come back down and test this 4207 in the near term. And if that doesn't hold, then we'll be looking at this support down here, 4089. And then the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000 came up above the 1139, the 1140 level. So it's going to try to work through in this 1180. This trend line also here could present some resistance, and if it reverse itself, then we see it come back and possibly test this 1104. So right now we're essentially looking at this 1104 as possible support, and the 1180 is the near-term resistance. Okay, and then let's take a look at the Dow Jones. We haven't looked at the Dow Jones for quite a while. The Dow Jones pushed through the 16,740, pretty close to the 739.95, and it seems like it's working itself up to this 17,068, which is the December 16 close. Okay, so also the other thing is, it seems like it's also setting up a little bit of a rising price channel, or it could also be a bear flag if it break down on a retracement, break through this 16,300. Then we probably see it come back down and retest this February close. I think that's the close, or is that the low? 15,372. Okay, and then the transportation, the Dow Jones transportation is still remain to be in this downward trend line, on this downtrend. So it's still unable to get to break through this trend line here. So we're going to watch it to see could it get up to this 8256. If we could get up to this 8256, essentially break this pivot, then maybe it could work itself up to this 8566 and start reversing the downtrend. Okay, so let's take a look at the stock. Kind of look at Apple. Apple closed down 53 cents for the day, while the market is up. The S&P is up 15, almost 16 point, and the Dow Jones Industrial is up 122 points. So that's not too encouraging for Apple. Relatively, the relative strength wise is kind of weak. So we kind of look for Apple to see could it push through this 112 level. If it can't, then at least trying to hold up at the hold above this 106. So we might see it to come back and retest this 107. And possibly the 106 if it unable to push through this 112 and get up to this 117. Because what we really like to see is that once it pop through this 117, is get to that 119, essentially this support, this resistance level here. Then we could see it maybe come up and fill this gap and put this high back in play. Then the next one is Amazon. Amazon came up and tried to push through this 542, 543 level, unable to do so. So maybe tomorrow it might try to do another push. What we're looking for is essentially push up to this, the previous high somewhere around 578. then essentially get up to this price channel here. Okay, but if it's unable to do that, then we probably could see it come back to this price channel, which could be somewhere around 515. When it comes down to retest this level, and if it can't hold this 515, essentially the 50% retracement, then we're probably looking at the 38.2, this 500 level. And if it break that, then again we basically put this 466, 467 back in play. Okay, the next one is Netflix. So Netflix also unable to clear this level here, this 111, to get up to this 114. Matter of fact, it printed an inside candle, so we might see it come back down and maybe possibly retest this trend line here, and maybe even get down, work itself back down to the 97. And maybe this particular trend line. So essentially we're looking at this area for a pullback. If it can make it up to punch through this 114 and possibly get up to this 119 level before it make itself up and try to challenge the previous high. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook is also closed down for the day, and it's still holding above this 91 level. So we'll probably see it come back down and retest that maybe tomorrow, even unable to move itself up to try to take out this 97 and possibly put itself to challenge this 99, the previous high, and then put this 105, 106 in sight. So right now we're essentially looking for Facebook maybe pull back and possibly test this 89 level, and might even come down to retest the 85.50. So we kind of have to keep an eye on that unless it make a nice little pop. Essentially it could set up a little bit of a flag here, small flag, and then come up here to tag this trend line, break through this 97. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. And then the other one is Google. Google also bumping up against its resistance. So the 680 level and pulling back. So we might see it come back and maybe possibly retest the 646 before make another push to break through this resistance here and possibly get itself back up and retest the previous high. But if it doesn't continue to bounce and take out the 680 and it breaks below this trend line, then we could put in, kind of keep a watch on the 626 back in play, and then the 605. Okay. Twitter been acting quite strong recently. Finally pushed through this 29.51. That's basically this particular pivot low here. Okay, and so right now it seems to be the strongest of the whole bunch. When you compare to Apple and Facebook and those guys. So right now we want to see could it continue to push through, or maybe it will come up here on this somewhere around the 31 level, and then maybe come back and retest this level a little bit, kind of test the support down here. Essentially this could be like a little bit of a double bottom here. Right, so we could do a major move and kind of project that up to somewhere around this 34. So essentially it could be putting this gap fill in play. So we kind of keep an eye on that. A little bit of a pullback and consolidation might be good, for Twitter right now before it kind of move to there. But if it just come up and bump this 34, then we probably will see a little bit of a retest, come back and do this. So but if it stay down here for a little while and then do a push, that could also be another scenario. So just kind of keep an eye on that. And if it falls short and retrace itself, the key is to watch this level here. If it breaks this particular level, then most likely we're going to see it come down and retest this 21. Okay. And then on Tesla right now seems to be retracting back down to this level here, maybe the 225, 226. If we don't see a bounce coming back up here, then we basically would see this level and possibly this level back in play here. Okay, so somewhere around close to this 200 mark. So okay, and then the IBB We was watching for this breakout on this coil. It broke through, and then yesterday kind of, a day before, kind of pulled back from it, and yesterday it came dip below. So right now it's trying to break through again. So we want to keep an eye on this to see, can it come back up and maybe take out this pivot. If it could, then it could work itself back up to this level. But if it got trapped and it start coming back down again, then the chances are it's going to come down and retest this 283 and possibly do this little bit of a, or that's the big H breakdown, and now we got this little bit smaller H breakdown. So again, it's still going to bring it down to somewhere around these 251 area. Okay, so that's it, and good luck tomorrow.